Good evening, fellow music haters. I'm Martin Rödfeldt from Cryo, and this is the second documentary for the work I'm doing 2016 to create some new material. And to summarize, I would say making music is difficult. Don't ever do it yourself. I spent a lot of time during the summer now to try to make new material with the goals I set up that I told you in the previous video documentary. So the goal was to have simple 80s type of synth music and try to reinvent myself, trying not to sound like old Cryo, I guess. And it proved to be very difficult. I made a lot of demos that I threw away. Made more demos that I threw away. So maybe maybe it was too difficult to reinvent myself in that way. So I think I will try to adjust in some way my expectations and goals. So and also a lot of the demos I made are not that aggressive hard, so they are more, I wouldn't say pop-ish, but more soft and melodic and not aggressive vocals and so on. And right now, we'll see what happens, but right now I'm thinking to include that in my, I hope it will be an album, in my new album. So it will, I think, will be, like maybe it always is, a very wide spectrum of songs on this album as well. So it will be soft songs and maybe a bit more aggressive, but it will not be an EBM album. But on the other hand, I'm not an EBM band, so I think that's okay. So I made some songs. I can tell you the names of some of the songs if you want. I have to have a note here because I don't have a brain, so I can't remember the names of the songs I made myself. And so one song is called Control. It's quite melodic. Yeah, I would say a bit popish, but still dark pop. Is there such a category? I don't know. I just invented it. And then we have Sanitarium. It's about the Swedish healthcare. Very deep. A bit darker, a bit more aggressive, but not quite slow, I guess. Smile Forever. It's a bit more beat-driven and more club style, I guess. Stupid name maybe, Smile Forever, but I kind of like it. Time to Follow, very simple song. Simple but catchy, I hope. Know Your Enemy, it's maybe the song that's closest to the original goals I set before the summer. Quite dark, quite dark, but not fast. It's more slow. Human Nature is a song I made for Retropia. I just did not include it because it was maybe too soft and too slow. But now, since I've given up all guidelines, not all, but some, I could probably include it. It's quite good, soft synth ballad. I don't know. Valium. It's about medication. I never tried Valium, so I'm not sure what happens if you eat them. But I made some things up and made a text for that, or lyrics. And I'm working right now. I started a song yesterday, and that's called The Wounds Won't Heal. So it's a very simple song also. More popish than hard-ish. So that's what I'm working on right now. And I'm thinking maybe I will show you some or the equipment I will use for this album and some sounds. And for this song I'm working on right now, I can just play a little if you want. I hope you want. You don't have a choice. You can press stop on the video, but otherwise I will decide what happens now. So I will switch by magic to my mobile phone and I can show you my rig. Okay, so now you're watching my studio through my mobile phone. So I'm gonna start off with my drum machine that I have over here. It's the Yamaha RX11, an old 80s drum machine with 8-bit samples, so it's very old style. Very simple, not very flexible at all, but I kind of like it, and I will try to use it for maybe all songs, or at least most songs. So I think it's in here. So this is how it's set up for this song I'm working on right now. And there's a delay when I press the button because it goes through my computer and a lot of effects, so that's why it takes some time. So moving on, we can check out this. I think I showed you that one in the previous video, the CS30L, and I don't use that for this song. I have it set up for another song, so I can just play how it sounds for that song. I use it for some kind of wacky effect, and I have to trigger it from this keyboard right now. That's how it's set up. So it's quite dissonant and more like background effects. That's how I set it up for another song. And we can go on to, well, I have some things over here, sound cards and connectors for the drum machine and so on. And then I have this synthesizer here, which is Polyevolver, which I use a lot. I don't use it right now for my current song. I can play some sound here. That's how it could sound like. Very nice. And over here I have a filter. This is a Moog filter I use to add some character to other sounds. And here is a bass, or it's a synthesizer I use a lot for bass. Pro 1, very famous. And I can play a little bit from that one. I also have to trigger that from another keyboard. So it's very nice feeling to the bass it makes. And here is my Jupiter 8. It's my Precious, and it's heavily used during the track I'm working on right now. Yeah, I can actually play it from here. I think I just have to do one thing. So it's a bit shaky, sorry about that. So it's not really well tuned. I should tune it, I think. Okay, now it's better. These old synthesizers you have to retune when they get really hot. This one gets very, very hot. So, what else do we have? I mean, I have my Cubase set up. So, let's have a focus. And I have, for example, for this song I also have a synth plugin. And let's see, where is it? Oh, it's up here. You can hear already now it's a popish song. Yeah, that's about it. And I thought maybe for fun you can hear a little bit of the track I'm working on. It's a very simple song, and I'm not even sure I will use it for the album, but this is how it sounds like right now. Here are the drums. And then I have the synth up here, the Pro 1, sounds like this. Very simple. And And then I have the Jupiter 8, which then I use heavily in this track. Sounds like this. And that's all the songs for the verse, or all the sounds for the verse, together with the vocals here. So I thought I can just play the verse for you. That could be fun. So this is how the verse sounds for this song. Okay, so I will snap my fingers and we will be back in my other camera. Okay, I'm back here. So that's where I am right now. I have some demos, I have some other thoughts about how this album should sound like, so it will be a mix of softer songs and more traditional Cryo songs, I guess. But still, I hope it can sound a bit more like the old traditional music from the 80s. I will not try to add so many details that I otherwise love to do, but I will try to restrain myself and just try to make it very basic. We'll see what happens. I hope I can make it. So that's all for now. I hope you enjoy this little demo, and hopefully there will be more videos of the progress later on. So take care and enjoy your weekend. Bye.